Hello everyone, welcome back to Think Outside the Board and the third edition of the Crowdfunding Roundup for September 2023. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you all of my picks that launched on crowdfunding between September the 13th and the 19th. And this was a very busy period. I have 12 different campaigns to share with you today. So I'm going to keep this thing moving along as quickly as possible so that we can get through all of these campaigns as quickly as possible. As always, it's very much appreciated if you can like and subscribe. And for those of you that aren't that interested in crowdfunding, I am going to be relaunching my teach and review series soon with new equipment. And I'm also going to be launching live streaming of games before the end of the year. So if you subscribe, that way you'll stay in the loop and you'll be notified when those new types of content launch. As always, my videos are tabbed, so you can just scroll over the mouse bar, find the content that you're looking for, if, say, you don't have time to watch the entire video. And I also have links to all of the campaigns that I'm talking about down in the description section. So if anything really strikes a chord with you as I'm talking about it, you can go down into that description section, click on the link, and it will take you right to the campaign. Now, at the end of the video, I'm going to talk briefly about what is new to my collection this week. This may be things that you want to take note of, and then let me know if you want teach and review videos made for those games, or if you want to see me live stream those games. And you can let me know that in the comments below. So without any further ado, let's get started on the first campaign of the week. And this is for a game called Bone Wars. This is from Game Brewer. This is designed by Wim Goossens, who also designed a game called Oak. The art on this is by Laura Bevan, who's worked on Between Two Cities, Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig, and Hippocrates. And it's published by Game Brewer, and they're probably best known for Chimera Station, Hentes, Gugong, Paris, and Stroganoff. Now, this is a worker placement game. It's got hand management. It uses multi-use cards. And it's about rival paleontologists across 6 U.S. states. The complexity on this game looks to be in the medium-heavy range. So before we do anything, let's take a look at the stats here for this. So they have a funding goal of $32,000. They're currently at $62,000, so they're double what their funding goal was. They've got about 17 days left on this campaign, and it is going to end on October the 13th.
Game Brewer presents Bone Wars, a new medium-heavy strategy game by the author of Oak, Wim Goossens. In 1877, famous U.S. paleontologists Edward Koch and Othniel Marsh engaged in an out-of-control rivalry, a period known as the Great Dinosaur Rush. Bone Wars takes you back to that time, where you'll manage your own team of paleontologists, traveling across 6 different states in order to dig up bones, discover new species, set up camp, and more. Your goal is to publish papers for the paleontologist you support, or debunk those of the others. As you increase your knowledge about the different species and expand your archive, the rewards they yield will increase as well. You will need to pay close attention to how the game progresses, sometimes even changing your loyalties to outwit your rivals. Bone Wars is an original and beautiful strategy game for 1 to 4 paleontologists that provides an exciting new challenge for your gaming group. Help us make this game a reality and support us now.
Let's take a look at the 3 pledges we have here. There is the standard edition here, and a quick disclaimer here. I'm going to be talking about shipping throughout the course of this video. I'm always talking about shipping for the continental US. So if you are anywhere else in the world, you'll need to check out shipping for your own area. So the standard edition here is about $60. And there's $21 of shipping on this, so $81 in total. And then we've got the deluxe edition, which is $81 plus $21 in shipping, or about $102 total. There's also the deluxe all-in edition here. This is $125, $21 in shipping, $146 total. Now let's go to their comparative chart here just to see what is in the different versions of the game. So when you're going from the standard edition to the deluxe edition, you're going to see a lot of these things like this, where it's going, like the game box is going to a thicker amount of cardboard. There's an insert in the deluxe version of the game only. Again, we've got the game board is going to be thicker. The player boards are thicker. There are these bone tokens. In fact, a lot of these things, everything here in the standard game is cardboard. And then if you look in the deluxe edition, there's all of these upgrades. So for the bone tokens, these are acrylic tiles with silkscreen print. The round marker is wooden here in the deluxe. All of these things, the coins, the tiles, the endgame tile, grant tiles, all of these various tiles, these are all a thicker cardboard, also with linen finish, pretty much all the way through. So the thickness of everything in the game, the cardboard, all the stuff like that, it's all going to be upgraded in the deluxe version. Now, if you are thinking about the deluxe all-in edition here, you're going to be getting 4 things with that are not in the regular deluxe edition. You're going to be getting 4 individual magnetic storage boxes, which I believe are, for player components, metal coins, 32 of them, 107 wooden tokens with heat transfer print, and 130 card sleeves. I think if we click on this, yeah, it'll outline all of these things here. So those are the extra things that you get when you go from the deluxe version to the deluxe all-in. But if we go down here to the add-ons, they're also going to show you what the price of these is if you want to just add them onto your pledge. So maybe you want some of these things, but not everything that comes in the deluxe all-in. So you could just pledge the deluxe level and then add on the specific items that you want. So these magnetic storage boxes, again, these are for the player components. These are $11 US. The metal coins, also $11. The wooden tokens here with the heat transfer print is about $21. The card sleeves come to about $5, and there's also a French version of the rule book, which you can add on for $2. Now, something that you should know about Game Brewer here is they've got a subscription model, which you can do. If you click on this link right here, it'll take you to their website. It is $35 for a year-long subscription, and they tend to put out about 4 games a year. They crowdfund, pretty much 1 every quarter. So if you're thinking about backing the deluxe all-in, and you were to do that subscription, it's a $35 subscription, and it would get you a savings for the deluxe all-in of about $33. So for this campaign alone, you would be paying about $2 more than you would with no subscription. But if you are interested in backing any of the other 3 games that are going to be coming out over the next year, you would see immediate savings, because the savings would be something similar, on the next one. Let's say it was another $33 in savings. Well, you only have $2 to make up. So just backing like a second campaign for the max should see you saving about $30. So you just need to go to their website, take a look at what's coming up, see if you think you'll be interested in 2 or more of those. And if you are, then the subscription that they have is a good deal. Finally, if we look at the pledges here, we can see that they are planning on delivering Bone Wars in October of 2024. I should also mention that this is on Gamefound. So if you're paying attention, you saw that this is on the Gamefound platform. And our second campaign is also on Gamefound. This is Creature Caravan. Oh, I should mention here that Bone Wars launched on September the 18th, as did Creature Caravan. So this is from Red Raven Games. That's Ryan Laukat. He designs and draws a lot of his games. You probably know him for Above and Below, Empires of the Void 2, Near and Far, Rome, Sleeping Gods. Now, this game here, Creature Caravan, is a new game. It's got worker placement, tableau building. It uses multi-use cards. But also in this campaign here, he's got some other stuff. So there's an RPG. There's a new version of Islebound, which tweaks the gameplay and the components somewhat. It introduces these emerald gems. And I think the best person to tell you about these is probably Ryan Laukat himself. So we're going to watch the video, and then we'll come back and go over the pledges.
welcome to the Creature Caravan campaign. We're thrilled you're here. We're revisiting the world of Arzium. This is the iconic setting where games like Above and Below and Near and Far take place, the games that you have played with us for over 10 years, which is really exciting. In this campaign, we're going to be bringing you another game in the series, as well as an RPG and some reprints of titles that we know you've been asking for.
So the newest game is Creature Caravan, which is the 7th game in the Arzium series, and it's an engine-building, simultaneous dice placement game. I love engine-building card games. I've always wanted to return to that type of game. The game is loosely based on a game I designed years ago called Artifacts, Inc. That had the same thing where you bought cards and you place dice, you roll dice, and build up your engine, get more money. And the same thing happens in Creature Caravan, but in Creature Caravan, the story is that these ember zombies have spread throughout the land, and they're starting to become a danger to all sorts of creatures, little creatures and huge creatures, like even giants. And so your goal as a player in Creature Caravan is to recruit as many of these creatures as possible to make it to the safety of the city of Eastray. And so you'll be journeying through, mountains and lakes and canyons and deserts. And each creature that you recruit is a different card, and they all have unique powers. And so building an awesome combo is a really exciting part of the game, and you'll do it like every time you play the game, you'll be designing a new combo of creatures, and it's super replayable for that reason.
Another product that we're adding to this campaign that we've been spending a lot of time on and adding a lot of love and TLC into is a role-playing game. We've developed a system so that you can create your own characters and your own campaigns in this world that you've been exploring with us. We've also included a couple of campaigns for you to try, designed by our studio, and we're really excited for you to check it out.
Yeah, I've actually been designing RPG systems since I was a kid. I think I did it before I even got into board game design. And so I'm really excited to finally be able to publish an RPG, and I think you're gonna love it. It's really focused on narrative and character play and quick play, so you don't get bogged down in too many mechanical moments. But we've been having a ton of fun with it, so.
Yeah, this campaign was a really great opportunity for us to introduce that idea to you, as well as bring back some of those titles that you really haven't been able to get your hands on for a while. Included in those titles is Islebound Emerald Edition.
Yeah, Islebound Emerald Edition is a slightly different version than the original Islebound. It has some new resources and mechanics, and it's been really fun to revisit that game as well, which has been out of print for years.
Yeah, so check out Creature Caravan, the role-playing game set in the world of Arzium, Islebound Emerald Edition, and also take a look at all the exciting add-ons that we have put into this campaign. As always, we will be watching your comments. We're so excited to get started on this really unique chance to revisit Arzium and to reconnect with all of you. We would not be here without you, so thanks for your support.
Thank you so much. Take care.
All right. Okay, so that's Creature Caravan. Let's take a look at the pledges. Before we do, let's look at their funding goals. So they had a funding goal of $50,000. They're currently at $207,000, so they're about 4 times funding. They've got 13 days left on this campaign, which means that it's going to end on October the 9th. Now, there's really only 2 official pledges here. So there's this new board games. This includes Creature Caravan and the new edition of Islebound. So this is $100. We're looking at $20 shipping on this. So that's $120 total. And then there is this Everything New pledge, which includes both games, Creature Caravan and the new edition of Islebound. But then you're also getting the World of Arzium RPG, and you're getting these 2 other extras. You're getting the soundtrack, and you're getting a promo box. Let me just make sure that the promo box doesn't come in this version. No, it doesn't. So if you're just backing the 2 games and you want the promo box, that is something that you would need to add on. So this pledge here is $150, $30 shipping, $180 total. If we go down a little bit further, that's just the retailer pledge, we can see the add-ons here. So this is where you can just piecemeal things and add on what you want. So additional copies of Creature Caravan are $50 each. Additional copies of Islebound Emerald Edition are $50 each. The RPG Gamebook is $30. And look, they've got some of their other games as well. They've got Near and Far for $50. They've got Rome for $30. They've got Near and Far Amber Mines, which is an expansion for $30. Here's the soundtrack over here for $10. You've got the Rome Metal Frog Coins for $15. The Rome Gem Maps expansion for $15. There's this expansion for Above and Below. It's called Desert, Labyrinth, and Underforest Book and Tokens. This was sometimes hard to find. It's $20 as an add-on. Here is the Archive promo box. And so you want to see what's in it. There's 33 promo cards. 10 of them are for the new Islebound, 17 of them are for Above and Below, and 6 of them are for Near and Far. We've got an upgrade pack. So if you've got the old version of Islebound and you don't want to get the new one, you just want to upgrade what you have, you can do that. It won't completely update everything though. And if you want these deluxe components, this is another $15 add-on. So you ideally would want to add on both of these things. The upgrade pack here that includes 90 cards, a set of plastic emeralds, because that's kind of a new mechanic in the game, cardboard town overlay pieces, and a rule book. So this would bring your old version current. And then if you want the deluxe components, this is another $15 add-on here, which gives you metal coins and these screen-printed wooden ships. Now, all this stuff is included in the new version, but these are for if you're trying to bring your older version, up to par, so that it looks much like the new version. However, keep in mind that it's $30 if you add on both of these things, and the new version is only $50. And even if you do get both of these things, there will still be a few things that are kind of fiddly. Like, it won't be a perfect fit. It won't upgrade absolutely everything. So you may want to consider just getting the new version and selling off your old version. But if you don't want to do that, you can take advantage of these 2 upgrade packs. And then finally, they're also offering Above and Below as an add-on for $40. Obviously, too, if you add on a lot of this stuff, your shipping is going to go up more than the estimates. I gave you an estimate here. $30 is what they gave you for the Everything New pledge. That's just everything. But if you're just getting the board games, I just guesstimated that would be $20 instead of $30. So it's not official, but they don't actually have an estimate for the new board games pledge level. So we're just going to guess that it's $20 and this is $120 total. Finally, this campaign with Creature Caravan, the new edition of Islebound, the Emerald Edition, and the RPG, all of this stuff is planning to deliver in June of 2024. Okay, from there, we're going to Kickstarter. This is a different sort of campaign here that we're looking at. This is a very simple one. And this campaign launched on September the 19th, and so did everything else from here on out. So everything that we're looking at from here on out, the next 10 campaigns were all Tuesday, September 19th launches. Tuesday is generally the big day for launches for board games. Now, this is called Battle Card. They've got a funding goal here of like $1,200. They're at $14,000, which is really, really good for what this is. The reason this is such a small funding goal is that this is a print and play game, and I think, let's be sure, let's look over here. I think it's a solo game. Yeah, this is a solo game. It is a print and play. It's a light war game, very, very light, and it's coming to us from Postmark Games, which put out the other print and play games, I believe, Aquamarine, Voyages, and Waypoints. Now, this is a co-design between David Thompson and Nils Johansson also did the art. What really makes me want to recommend this to you is the fact that David Thompson is a co-designer. And David Thompson is best known for the entire Undaunted series. There's like 4 or 5 of those now. Normandy, North Africa, Stalingrad, Battle of Britain. And then he also co-designed the War Chest series. So those are 2 really, really good war game series. War Chest is pretty abstract. Undaunted is not. That is a kind of a tile and a card game set in various wars, a lot of it in World War II. So, and David Thompson has some job, some career that can't be fully disclosed. I'm pretty sure he works for the U.S. military and some like covert job, which means that his war game designs are coming from a place of knowledge, of firsthand knowledge. Perhaps that's what makes them so good, is that he's got that firsthand knowledge and he's just able to translate that and gamify that. So anyway, let's take a look at this very, very short video, and then we'll take a look at the single pledge. There's not a lot here because this is a print and play, so let's take a look. And that's it. That's all we get. Okay, but let's go down here. And as we said, this is a print and play. They say it's a collection of 5 printed home micro solitaire games that depict iconic battles and campaigns of the Second World War. And in fact, if we go down a little bit further, just give you a look at what it looks like. They actually designed another game previously this game is based on, and you can actually just go play it right now. I just need to go down to the link if I can get there. All right. They're basically going over the different scenarios and their objectives, just kind of deep diving into this here. Okay. So, try it out. Battle Card Market Garden. That was the original game. That was just published, web published. So it was the first game designed using the battle card system. You can go to this link here, just download it and play it for free, which is pretty cool. But if you want to get the new game, it is a $5 pledge. There's no shipping on this one because it's a print and play. So did we look at this? I don't think we did. Yeah, their funding goal was like $1,200. They're at $14,000. But the campaign is going to end on October the 1st. So likely what will happen is that campaign will end. The estimated delivery is October 2023. So probably about a week or 2 after the campaign ends, they will then free up the print and play assets and make them available to backers. And then you can just print it yourself at home and play it. So minimal risk. And with David Thompson's involvement in a war game, even though it's very simple and light, I think it's probably worth a look. Okay, that brings us back to Gamefound for a big, robust campaign. This is for Beast Shattered Isles. And now this is got a funding goal here at $19,000. They're at $483,000. They're doing really well. And this is not the biggest campaign of the video in terms of money or in terms of multipliers, but it's in second place for both of those. The first place we'll take a look at a little bit later in the video. But anyway, this is an action drafting and deduction game. Which is interesting, right? It's like beast. It's like you're hunting a beast. So you might think that it's a fighting game with miniatures. There are some miniatures in it, but it is really a deduction game. It's got variable player powers, and it's designed by Elon Midhall and Aaron Midhall. Aaron Midhall is also the artist, and it's also co-designed by Asar Pedersen. And then it's published by Studio Midhall, which is the game publisher that is run by the Midhall brothers. So the only thing that they've produced previously was the original Beast game. So this is sort of a standalone sequel. And if you're curious, because I think when we're talking about a game that already exists, this was on Kickstarter a year or two ago. It's been delivering this year, but it's already out in the wild, so we can kind of take a look at it. So it has a 7.7 rating on Board Game Geek, which is pretty good, and it's got a weight of 2.92, which means that it would fall in the medium-heavy range. And it's for 2 to 4 players, and the community says that it's best at 3. Games last about an hour to 2 hours. And we can see down here it is a deduction game. All right, now this is a little bit different than other deduction games that you may have seen. So we're going to take a look at the video, and then there are a lot of pledges to go over, as well as some add-ons.
The Lightseeker has finally reached its destination. Through mist-clad oceans, both hunters and settlers sailed toward the Shattered Isles. Amongst its steep, narrow cliffs, turquoise oceans, and dense forests, the ruins of an ancient, forsaken civilization await. Within the old stone walls, the humans hope to find long-forgotten knowledge regarding the nature of beasts and how to slay them. But the unclenching thirst of humans led them too deep and made them open doors that should not have been opened. Something was released, something that once again threatens to push humanity to the brink of extinction. What once was a blooming landscape is now fractured and broken into isles. This mysterious place is divided into the upper and the lower Shattered Isles. The isles, being smaller than the northern expanse, the beast or hunters will always lurk just around the corner. It's harder to hide and escape. Confrontation is inevitable. The Shattered Isles are hard to navigate. Its ever-changing landscapes and broken vistas means that some paths are inaccessible to some. But those who can master the terrain will be able to travel great distances with little effort. These are known as hidden paths, and only beings native to the hidden path's habitat may walk through them. The Shattered Isles have mystical places filled to the brim with power. These are called ruins, long forgotten by an ancient civilization. The hunters have located 3 ruins on each part of the isles, and by staying at the ruins location, they will be granted special powers. But the powers are not for the humans alone, as the beast can also claim them. The team of hunters on this expedition is led by Avind, the sky hunter that can easily traverse the terrain with his grappling hook, and scout the area with Fylgia. Farah, the flameblade huntress that is yet to learn to control her fiery powers, and lastly Valdi, who ventures to hone his craft in alchemy. On the Shattered Isles, they were met by 2 ferocious beasts, the Lord of the High Peaks, and Vakar, the abuser of stolen souls. A third, Acheron, was later found imprisoned. Now released, he will not stop until the world is consumed.
Okay, so, this is not a boss battler. If you're looking for a boss battler with a similar kind of theme, you probably want something like Primal the Awakening. But this is a deduction game where one of the players is going to be playing one of these beasts, and there's a lot of different beasts to choose from, and the other players are trying to track down and hunt that beast. So it is a deduction game, much more in the vein of something like Whitehall Mystery, but obviously it is a very high production scale with lots of miniatures and just a lot of high components, highly produced components. So there's 10 different pledges for this thing. And they've done something really cool, which is that you can choose between acrylic standees or miniatures, but then there's also an option if you're getting miniatures where you can get sun drop. So it makes some of the pricing complicated to go over. So I'm going to do my best here, but it does get a little complicated with some of the pricing for this. So the first one that we're going to look at is Shattered Isles. This is just a standard game, and anything that's standard is basically going to be just standees. And I believe all of the pledges, at least the ones that include Shattered Isles, come with a promo card pack. So you're going to see this with all of them. And this just gives you, let's just take a look. This is what is in the standard version of the game, right? So you see this, you've just got these, the little kind of standees over here. And then you've got, your promo cards. This is what this looks like in the standard version of the game. But if you want to upgrade it, if you want to go deluxe, you'll be able to, instead of having those wooden standees, you'll be able to have really nice acrylic standees or miniatures with sun drop. So this pledge here, $49, $15 of shipping in the US, continental US, for a total of $64. If you don't have the original base game and you're looking to get just that, same deal, the standard version, $71, $15 in shipping, $86 total. This is a bundle with the two games, the original base game and the new Shattered Isles, which can be played standalone. You don't need the original base for this. But this is a bundle for both games, $108 plus $21 in shipping for $129 total. Now, if you want to get everything for Beast in the most basic version possible, this bundle here is the same thing as the other one, but then it also includes The Great Hunt. That was an expansion that was available during the first Kickstarter with the original base game. So this gives you both games and The Great Hunt. Basically $130 and $22 in shipping for a total of $152. Okay, so those are all the, kind of standard versions of the game. Now we get into the deluxe. And for several of these pledges, you're going to see a deluxe version, Shattered Isles Deluxe, and then you're going to see returning backer, Shattered Isles Deluxe. So whenever you're looking at a pair of these, the second one, the returning backer, is just going to add on the returning backer upgrade pack. And we'll look at this in more detail in the add-on section. But that is the only difference between these two, and they're basically giving it to you for free. So you can see the prices for these two pledges are the same. I believe if you were just adding it on, it's like a $5 add-on. So they're just being generous, and they're including it for free in these pledges. But if you don't need it, if you don't have the game originally, then just be cool. You don't need the update pack. You're going to have the new version of the game. So Shattered Isles Deluxe here. If we click on this, the deluxe version of the game, here's what you're getting with this. So you've got the game itself, the same as you would, when you pledged standard. You're still getting those promo cards, but now you're going to be getting the choice of choosing acrylic or miniature standees. These acrylics are just tokens. Then you've got standard sleeves. You've got sleeves for the movement cards. You've also got screens, 3 screens for Shattered Isles, because remember, this is a deduction game, and someone's going to be playing the monster, and so they need something to keep their information behind. So you've got 3 different screens. You've also got a premium insert for Shattered Isles. You'll probably need that for various things, right? That's what that looks like. And then you've also got an art book. So all of these things come with the deluxe version. And if you were to pledge this one, see, right here, you're going to be choosing, do you want acrylic standees or miniatures? So If you're choosing the acrylic standees, that's going to increase your pledge by $18. If you're choosing miniatures, that's a $34 increase. And if you're getting miniatures with Sundrop, that's a $55 increase, which means this pledge is no longer going to be $139. First of all, there's $23 of shipping on this, so that would bring this pledge to $162. But if you're getting those acrylic standees, that $162 is now going to be $181. If you're getting the miniatures, it's going to be $196. And if you're getting the miniatures with Sundrop, that's going to be $218. So it's a little tricky to keep track of all these things and lay it out, but hopefully you're paying attention if you're really interested in this and kind of just keeping your ear open for what it is that you might want. Okay, so the returning backer, same prices, same options. It's just that you're going to also be getting that return backer upgrade pack. Now we've got a second set of pledges. Again, a returning backer and a non. And so this is for Shattered Isles and the Great Hunt Deluxe. Keeping in mind, the Great Hunt is the expansion from the first Kickstarter, but there's no reason that you cannot play it with Shattered Isles, because Shattered Isles is a standalone game. So for this pledge here, you've got Shattered Isles, you've got the Great Hunt, you've got your acrylic or miniatures, whatever. I don't like the fact that they put standees there. It should be acrylic standees or miniatures, but you've got those same acrylic tokens that we saw before, both sleeves for the regular cards and the movement card. This is all stuff from the pledge we looked at previously. The screens for Shattered Isles, but now you're also getting a screen for the Great Hunt, as well as the Great Hunt game. And you're also getting an insert for the Great Hunt. So those are the three things that are added to this pledge over the previous one. You've got the Great Hunt, you've got an insert, and you've got a screen for that. This is a smaller expansion, so there's only one screen. So this pledge is $176. Now there's two different shippings. So the shipping starts to change a little bit, whether you're getting the acrylic standees or the miniatures, because in this pledge, if you're getting miniatures, there's more when you include the Great Hunt. So you're looking at $23 shipping for the standees. That will bring this price to $199. Or you're looking at $28 in shipping for the miniatures, which makes this $204. But that's before we actually add on these amounts, right? So again, we're dealing with these increases, which means if you're doing the standees, it's going to be an additional $19. So with shipping, that brings your total price to $218. With miniatures, you're going to have a $34 increase. So that means with shipping, you're looking at $238 total. And if you're getting the miniatures with Sundrop, they're actually $66. So on top of the $204, which is the pledge with shipping, you're looking at $270 total. Okay, so those are the three prices for this one. And returning backer, again, is just the same thing, except that you're getting that returning backer upgrade pack. All right, we've got two final pledges here, and neither of these has returning backer upgrade pack, because these are big things. You're actually getting the base game. So if you're getting the base game, you don't need the upgrade pack. You're getting a new version of the base game. So this pledge here is $260. It includes the deluxe versions of Beast and Shattered Isles. We're looking at $28 in shipping for the standees, the acrylic standees, if you go that route. That is going to bring this to $288. Or with miniatures, $30 in shipping, bringing this to $290. Now, let's take a look at what's in here. So it's going to be a lot of the same things that we were looking at with the Shattered Isles, but we're not getting the Great Hunt this time around. So there's no Great Hunt, there's no Great Hunt screen, and there's no Great Hunt insert. But instead, you're getting the original base game here, Beast. You are getting the insert for Beast, and you're getting, where are they? The screens for the Beast core game. And this was kind of a bigger, bigger than the Great Hunt, so there are a lot of screens involved in this one. I believe there are 6 different ones. So you're getting all that stuff with this pledge, and then if you went to pledge it, here again is what your upgrades are going to be. So the acrylic standees the price is already baked in, so that means that your total price with the standees is going to stay at $288. But if you're getting the miniatures, we were at $290 before we added them in. So with regular miniatures, about $305, and then if you're getting miniatures with Sundrop, you're looking at about $327. Okay. And the final pledge here is for everything. All 3 games, all in the deluxe version, which means you're going to be getting all the screens, all the games, all of the inserts. Now, this is a $296 pledge. You're looking at $33 in shipping for the acrylic standees, so that would be $329. And you're looking at $35 for the miniatures, so that would be $331. And then if we want to add in the upgrades, again, the standees are going to stay even at $329 total, but the miniatures, just regular miniatures, will add on another $15, so your grand total then becomes $346. Or if you're going with the Sundrop here, you've got a $47 increase off of $331. I might just whip out my calculator for this one. Let's see, $331 plus 47, so you're looking at $378 total. So I mean, this is obviously getting to be a very expensive campaign if you're trying to get everything and you're getting all of the deluxe stuff. Now, the first campaign that we looked at was from Game Brewer, which is a very solid publisher. I don't think there's any worry really about them. The second campaign, Creature Caravan, that was Red Raven Games. Again, no worries there. I don't think we really had to worry about shipping for the print and play. It's just kind of a non-issue. And then that brings us to this one. So I would say that the risk is higher with this than with a lot of campaigns, because it is a big game. It's a miniatures game. There's a lot going on component-wise. And they've really only produced one Kickstarter campaign before. So yeah, they have designed stuff before, but it's all in the Beast line, and they have run a crowdfunding campaign before, but that was once, and that was the one game that they've published. So the risk is higher on this one, but they did do such a good job with the original campaign, and they're not really reinventing the wheel. They're not going out and doing something completely new with this campaign. This is more building on what they've already done, and what they've already done fairly well. So even though this is kind of the second time out for a lot of this, I still think there's not too much risk involved. But keep in mind, when we're talking, hundreds of dollars and getting into the $500 range, if you're going all in on this, you should still be a little bit wary. You don't want to just throw hundreds of dollars around, in my opinion. Now let's take a look at the add-ons. So you can add on things as well. You've got the standard version of Beast here for about $71. The standard version of the new game, Shattered Isles, standalone for $49, and the standard version of the Great Hunt for about $24. You've also got miniatures, so you can add on miniatures. Just the miniatures for Beast and Shattered Isles are $49. Just the miniatures for the Beast core game are $38, and just the miniatures for Shattered Isles is $21. So essentially, this right here is a bundle of these two. And if you add these up, this would be 21 and 38, total of 59 for these two. So they're giving you about a $10 savings here if you get both. We're going to see the same thing going on with the acrylic standees, right? You've got acrylics for the core game characters, $22. Acrylics for Shattered Isles, $20. If you were to add these together, it's about $42. And so the bundle here isn't really, well, I'm jumping ahead of myself. Oh, it also includes the acrylic tokens. Okay, that's why. And the acrylic tokens are down here. So this is a $16 add-on, but if you were going to get all 3 of these, we're looking at, $42 plus 16, about $58. So you're getting, $15 or $16 savings on the acrylic bundle if you're getting all of this stuff. You've got sleeves in the add-ons for, about $7. Sleeves for the movement cards for about $3. You've got metal coins here for $11 as an add-on. The art book as an add-on is $26. These custom contracts, this is about $8 as an add-on. And if we look at what this is, it says the custom contract bundle features 30 pages of select contracts from our custom contract website. So this is something they've been building on their website, just various contracts, and you can get these kind of just all printed and published as just an extra to give you some more variability in the game for $8. Then they've got the screens. They've got the one screen for the Great Hunt is $2 as an add-on. The Shattered Isle screens are $4, and the core game is $5 and change. We've also got neoprene mats. So these are double-sided. You've got a neoprene mat for the core game. This is $21. Neoprene mat for Shattered Isles. That's also $21. And $42 is what it would cost together. But if you get the bundle with both of these, you're saving again about $10 or $11. So it's $32. Then we've got the inserts down here. And they're doing a similar thing with the inserts. So the insert for the core game is $33. The insert for Shattered Isles, again, $33. The insert for the Great Hunt, $16-ish. So we're looking at 60, let's say 65 for these two together, just kind of taking into account the change. And then 16 would bring us to about 81. So, you're getting about $16, $17 savings if you get the bundle of inserts. And then finally, we've got this returning backer upgrade pack, $5 just as an add-on. And here is what is in that upgrade pack. So you've got some replacement components, including an updated rulebook, an improved insert and a bigger box, improved farmers and nobles. So these are meeples, and improved cardboard standees. So a little bit better than the original cardboard standees. If you're going the route of acrylic standees or miniatures with Sundrop, then you don't really need to worry about that too much. But that is all the add-ons. There's a lot of stuff, and some of these things I believe are not included in any of those pledges, like the neoprene mats. So if that's something you wanted, then you definitely will need to add that on. Let's just take a look. Let's look in the all-in. Do they include metal coins in here? They do. So the metal coins are in there. I believe most of the stuff is in there, but not those, not the neoprene mats. So if you did want those, you need to add those on, and the bundle, as we said before, is about $32. Now they don't actually list the shipping, the month that it's going to ship, the delivery date in the pledge window, as often is the case. Instead, they have it down here. So you've got your shipping, all of your shipping grid info down here. And then if you go down a little bit further, they've got this timeline. And this is where they list the delivery date. So they're intending to deliver this in October of 2024. All right, from there, we're going to go back to Kickstarter for Canopy Evergreen. And I think I mentioned this already, but just to reiterate, all of the campaigns that we're talking about, the remaining campaigns in the video, these were all Tuesday, September 19th launches. Now, this one had a funding goal of $25,000. They're at $67,000 right now. So they're, 2.5 times their funding goal. And the campaign is going to end on October the 13th. Now, this is designed by Tim Eisner, and it's published by Weird City Games, which I believe is Tim's company. Tim has designed The Grim Forest, March of the Ants, Tidal Blades, Heroes of the Reef, and Wonderland's War. And the art on this is by Vincent Dutray, who's been around forever. Super prolific artist. Most recently, he illustrated Heat Pedal to the Metal, which has been taking off a lot this year. Super popular game, really hard to find. But he's done so many different games throughout his career, including Jaipur, The Quest for El Dorado, Robinson Crusoe Adventures on the Cursed Island, and Role Player. And this is a new version of Canopy. So there's an older version of Canopy. This is not... Let's see. Here's the older version, published in 2021. This was, I think, primarily a 2-player game, although they came up with ways, like little additions so you could play it with more players. So they've just kind of redesigned the whole thing, and it's now called Canopy Evergreen, and it's a whole new game, a whole new redesigned game that is similar to Canopy, but it's not just a new expansion. It's not just a new coat of paint. There's a little more going on under the hood here. But this is a light tableau builder using set collection and push your luck. So let's take a look at the video, and then we'll explore the, I believe, 3 pledges for this one.
From the bald eagle soaring high above the conifers to the clever fox hidden in the undergrowth, the mighty evergreen trees are the backbone of a thriving forest. Canopy Evergreen is a game for 2 to 4 players where each player strives to grow a bountiful Cascadian rainforest. Each turn, you'll look at up to 3 piles of rainforest cards and choose one to add to your forest. Choose carefully. Piles you pass will grow and give other players more opportunities. Gather a beneficial mix of plants, weather, trees, and animals to create an abundant forest. But beware, the risk of wildfire and disease is ever present. Growing trees will help plants take root and shape the ecosystem of your forest to create even bigger sets in later seasons. Each player starts with their own animal helper, which they can use to protect card piles or even make them undesirable to other players. Use food from plants to attract more animals with unique abilities. Collect sets to form families, or gather a variety of animals to create a thriving ecosystem. Canopy Evergreen is a standalone sequel to Canopy, designed by Tim Eisner and beautifully illustrated by Vincent Dutray. It adds new interaction and gameplay for 3 and 4 player groups, while retaining the tense and exciting card drafting experience. Weird City Games is committed to increasing sustainability in board games, and our products are made with minimal plastic. Join us, and we'll plant a tree for each copy of the game pledged. Thank you for supporting our Kickstarter.
Okay, so this is a lot more simple than Beast Shattered Isles. We've got, I believe, 3 different pledges. So the first one here is for the retail edition. This is a $40 pledge plus $10 in shipping, and it's a $50 total. What I want to do is go down here to show you what's in the deluxe edition. So in the deluxe edition, you're going to get a deluxe box with a full art back. You're going to get custom shaped punchboard rainforest map. And this is just thicker, much thicker than whatever you would be getting in the standard retail edition. You've also got these wood wildlife tokens, heat transferred art on both sides, these and these. You've got 44 of these wood ecosystem tiles, deluxe food and point trackers down here, and that's it. So that's the deluxe edition components. This one is a $55 pledge, $12 in shipping, $67 total. And then finally, we've got this treetop bundle. So this is the deluxe pledge, but then you're also going to be getting the deluxe version of the original Canopy game. So this is an $85 bundle, $12 shipping, $97 total. There is one add-on, which is a poker deck of cards. This is just, the art that Vincent Dutray was creating for this game, and it's being used in a deck of cards. I think oftentimes you'll see these in various Kickstarters. They'll offer a deck of cards with art from the game, and who doesn't want to have an extra deck of cards around, right? As gamers, I think it's good to have a deck of cards. So at a time like this, if you're needing a new deck of cards, this is certainly going to be a really attractive deck of cards with Vincent Dutray art. But that is not included in any of the pledges, so if you want this, you need to add it on. It's $15. And then finally, this campaign is going to deliver in August of 2024. All right. From there, we're going to look at Dark Tomb Bloodthorn Island. This is another smaller campaign. This is a light, tiny dungeon crawler. And if we want to take a look at it over here, they did an original version here. It's called Dark Tomb. It has a 6.8 score, which is, it's okay. It's not great. But I think the key part of this game is the fact that it is a mint tin dungeon crawler. So this is something you can just put in a pocket, put in your glove compartment in your car, put in a side pocket of a book bag or something, and then you'll just be able to play this anywhere on the go. And it's got a complexity of 1.57, which is a light game, very light. But they've basically taken this game and where is it? Dark Tomb. Here we go. Bloodthorn Island. So this is the new version of this, and theoretically they're going to be improving upon it. It is published by Cause Games, who have published a couple of other games called Balk and Yaz. They may not be games that people know. I didn't. But they have published a couple things. So let's take a look at this very quick video, and then we'll look at the one pledge. And, it's fairly cheap, but this looks very neat for what it is. So it's just something that I wanted to share.
Warring factions have been vying for power across Aldrathia, and Lorgon, the evil land serpent, has been terrorizing Goriah since the fall of Sargon. The time has come to put an end to his destruction. You must journey to the South Docks to commandeer a ship worthy of rough waters. Navigate the treacherous Shadow River without plummeting into Ragora Falls. Then set course on the open sea and take land on the island shore, only to advance through the thick jungle kingdom and challenge Lorgon face to face on Bloodthorn Island.
Okay. All right, so that gives you an idea of what's happening here with this. And this had a funding goal of $4,000. They're at $69,000. They've done very, very well for this small kind of game. And this campaign is going to end on October the 20th. But I think, let's take a look through this, because I just think this looks neat. You see these little cards, little cubes that you're using, and it fits all in these little tiny tins. Mark Streed from the Dice Tower says he keeps the original game in his car so he can have it with him at all times. And I think for what this is just very neat and very clever. So I would be a little more willing to put up with the lower rating, just considering the portability of this. And, kind of just taking this for what it is. Okay, so the single pledge here, as you can see, there are more pledges, but they're just for multiple copies of the game. But if you're just looking at one copy of the game, it is $20. There's $7 in shipping, so $27 total. And as we can see here, this is going to deliver, or they're planning on delivering it anyway, in May of 2024. And I'm not too worried about this. It's not a huge amount to pledge, and they're essentially remaking a game they've already done once. So even though they haven't done a ton of stuff, I don't think they're biting off more than they can chew. All right, so that is Dark Tomb Bloodthorn Island. From there, we're going to go back to Gamefound for another huge campaign. This is Dragon Eclipse. This is a 1 to 2 player game. It's really intended more as a solo game, but you can play it co-op with 2 players. This is a story-based campaign game featuring deck construction. It's being published by Awakened Realms, who you probably know as the publisher of ISS Vanguard, Lords of Hellas, Nemesis, Tainted Grail, and This War of Mine. And the designer here is Camille Sarax-Cisla, who worked on, most notably, The Great Wall. He's worked on some smaller games from Awakened Realms, like Siege Storm, Siege Mode, as well. But this is probably the biggest game that he's designed. And like Beast Shattered Isles, there is Sundrop available for the miniatures in this game. But unlike Beast Shattered Isles, there is no acrylic standee option. So you're just either going to get miniatures or miniatures with Sundrop. So there are less options. on the various pledges. But we can look over here. We can see that they had a funding goal of $50,000. They're almost at $2 million, which is a huge multiplier and a lot of money. This is easily, far and away the campaign of the week that's just doing the most in terms of gross dollars, and also has the highest multiplier. And we can see that this campaign is going to run 14 more days until October the 10th. So let's take a look at the video, and then we'll look at the 2 pledges and then all of the various add-ons.
Stop. Don't go in there, or think twice before you do, for it is a dangerous world.
Well, what's going on?
Welcome to the world of Dragon Eclipse, a cooperative adventure board game for 1 to 2 players. Dragon Eclipse has an intricate branching storyline set in a rich world inhabited by mysterious creatures, mistlings. You will collect a plethora of action cards and construct nifty decks, experiencing an exciting feeling of TCG, but without a chance to miss any card. All are available in the box. Dragon Eclipse offers a thrilling 12-scenario campaign, but can also be played as a one-off roguelite or arena versus mode. Befriend mistlings and train them. Find new powerful cards and items. Construct an action deck that will fit your chosen mistling best. Pick from dozens of cards you've gathered throughout your adventures, allowing you to perform powerful, pleasant combos and outstanding attacks, be it unleashing a raging firestorm or plunging your enemy into a dark portal. Explore secrets and make both friends and enemies during the adventure part of the game. Lots of decisions, big and small, await. Then fight with your mistlings on multiple different arenas with exciting, tactical, but simple-to-learn combat. Discover and collect rare mistlings and beautifully crafted cards, including foil ones. Get the best out of collectible card games with an adventure mode for the whole family to enjoy, but without extreme prices. Are you ready to explore the dangerous secrets of this magical world? Are you ready to find and befriend mistlings? Support Dragon Eclipse First Edition now and get the best offer.
Okay, so let's go down here and look at the various pledges. They've got this Dragon Eclipse Standard Edition. So this is $55, $16 of shipping, a total of $71 for this pledge. And with this one, you're going to be getting the core box and the stretch goals, but then you're also going to be getting this PvP mode and the roguelite mode. So this will be coming with all of the pledges. This is the least of them, the standard edition. If we go to the, let's see this one, the special edition here, we're going to add in a bunch of things. So this pledge level, you're going to get miniatures, you're going to get those foil booster card packs, you're going to get a Mistlings Encyclopedia, and this is, kind of like the book in ISS Vanguard where you can keep all of this stuff. As they said, this is kind of like a collectible card game, except you don't have to go out and buy more packs. That's not part of this. You'll just get everything in the game itself, so you can have that experience without having to chase cards, at your local game store. But it's very kind of Pokemon-like. So you've got that encyclopedia binder there at that level. You've also got acrylic markers, and you've got this special edition big box because you're going to need to store all these miniatures. So at this pledge rate, you're looking at $119. The shipping is $23, so that would be $142. But if you get your miniatures with Sundrop, that's going to be an additional $25 for a total of $167. Now, if we go to the final pledge level here, the collector's edition, we're getting a few more things with this. We're getting the arena playmat set, we are getting the Terrain Miniature Pack, a Combat Deck Box, and the Untamed Arena. And again, this pledge here is $184, $28 in shipping. That's $212 total. But if you're getting a Sundrop on your miniatures, that's an additional $41 for a total of $253. And we'll look at these other things in the add-on section a little further down. So over here we've got the Luminessa Creature Pack. This is just an additional creature here with cards and things. You can add this on for $10, but if you were following the campaign before it launched, you're getting this automatically for free. So just make sure, before you add it on, that you aren't already getting it for free. The Terrain Miniature Pack, which is $27 as an add-on. This is one of the things that came in that highest pledge, the Collector's Edition. And this is going to include, terrain miniatures. That's what they look like. So as an add-on, it's $27. The Untamed Arena here, this expansion doubles all of the action cards, allowing for more deck building options, as well as adding new arenas. It enables arena PvP mode so that you may play epic 2 versus 2 or 1 versus 1 versus 1 duels. So that is $26 as an add-on, but you're also getting that in the Collector's Edition. And this is the final... No, I think... Yeah, these two things are both in the Collector's Edition. This Combat Deck Box, it has sleeves in it, colored printed sleeves, and then the box itself will help you kind of sort and store your cards. So $9 as an add-on, and then the final thing from the Collector's Edition here as an add-on, this Arena playmat set. There are 5 of these neoprene mats, $18 if you're just getting this on its own as an add-on. So maybe you want some but not all of these things, in which case you could just pledge the special edition and add on the things that you want. Now there's also this I don't think is anywhere, special alternative cards by Carolina Margolewicz. These 6 cards are not replacements. They are an addition to the Dragon Eclipse card lineup. They double up on the existing 6 cards, creating a very special edition of these game-changing elements. So if this is something you want, you will need to add this on. It's just $5, but it's not included in any of the pledges. And then I think, let's see, do they say in the pledges themselves? They do. September 2024 is when this project is set to deliver. All right, from there, we go back to Kickstarter, and we're going to be on Kickstarter for the rest of the video. So we've got Final Girl Series 3. They had a pretty high funding goal here of $300,000, but they're over $1 million, 1.1, so they're fine. This is very funded. It's going to happen. And the campaign is going to run until October the 13th. Now, Final Girl is sort of a redesign of Hostage Negotiator. Now, Hostage Negotiator was the design of AJ Porfirio. Evan Derrick came in and did some work on some of the later packs of Hostage Negotiator, but they both worked together on this. They kind of took that system and rejiggered it and came up with Final Girl. Evan Derrick has also designed Detective City of Angels, and he's worked on The Dark Quarter, which is a big kind of story-based game that's delivering later this year. It was a collaboration between Van Ryder Games and Lucky Duck. So this is horror themed. It takes the horror concept of the Final Girl, and it gives you different scenarios and different monsters and different Final Girl characters. 5 of each in every series. So this is the 3rd series now. And this is a solo game. It uses hand management and action points. And it comes in around the medium-heavy range. So we're going to take a look at the video, and then we'll look over, I think there's like 5 pledges as well as some add-ons.
Final Girl is back. And just when you thought the best solo game in the world couldn't get any better, here comes Series 3. Whether you are brand new to Final Girl or a seasoned veteran, You'll have a blast, starring in these all-new horror features. As the final girl, you will need to use your brains and brawn to save the helpless, find useful weapons, and ultimately to outlast the killer and end their deadly spree. Now on Kickstarter. Final Girl Series 3 brings you 5 all-new feature films and tons of other goodies, including our new Series 3 Ultimate Box. If you're new to Final Girl, you can also get Series 1 and Series 2 as well. It is time to ratchet up the tension in your games with new killers and new locations. And a whole new batch of final girls ready to stare down death and survive at all costs. Final Girl Series 3 on Kickstarter now.
Now, I have played the first couple series, and I was a little worried that it was going to be too light the gameplay, and that's not the case at all. Once you know it, the system's not hard to understand, but there are a lot of good choices that you can make, and there's so much variability between all of the scenarios, the bosses, the various final girls, and then there are like campaign books which kind of link scenarios. There's a lot of gameplay in this, a lot of variability, and this is something that you can keep coming back to. And if you just get the cheapest version of the games, you're getting like meeples, but there are miniatures, and I think the way that the storage systems are designed for the various games, and the kind of campaign books and the miniatures, everything just works so well together that I really would recommend, if you're interested in this, to consider getting the miniatures and kind of going all in. I think that is really the best way to experience this, but it's a financial decision for sure. Okay, so let's look at these various pledges. The first thing is they've got this a la carte for $20. There's 5 new films in this, and each film comes with a new final girl, a new scenario, and a new boss. And you can interchange them and mix them up. But if you're doing it a la carte, every film is going to be $20. And it looks like they're saying here that only the Series 3 feature films are available a la carte. So you do have an opportunity to get Series 1 and Series 2 stuff, but I think it's only in the collected versions. So this is $20, and then obviously the shipping on this is going to be very much determined by how many things you get. Now, if we go to the Series 3 feature films, this is kind of the standard version here, everything bundled together. This is $99, $15 in shipping, $114 total. If we go to the next pledge level up, this includes the minis. So, it's $40 more for this one. And let me just make sure. Let's go to the details section for a second. Okay, so if we look at details over here, we can see what we're getting with. There are 6 items included with the feature films. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we go to the next one, with the minis, there's 9 items included. So you're getting vehicle miniatures. You're getting the miniatures for the characters themselves. And probably the premium stretch goals. Let's just see. Yeah, the premium stretch goals. So those are the 3 extra things that are in the version with the minis. So this is $139, $15 in shipping for a total of $154. Now, finally, we've got the Ultimate Box. It just shows you Ultimate Box. So it has all the stuff here that you would get in the Ultimate Box, plus the stretch goals, standard and premium. And this is a $179 pledge, $19 in shipping for a total of $198. And then finally, we've got the Ultimate Collection here. This is basically the Ultimate Box for all 3 seasons. So the new season and the previous 2 seasons. This is $549 plus $29 in shipping for a total of $578. Now, I feel like, though, we should go on the left side because we kind of blew through it. I want you to see what's in the Ultimate Box. So here's what you're getting in the Ultimate Box. You get a game mat set up here. You get all of the series slotted together. Each of the five films. Then they've got 2 extra boxes for bonus features and cast and crew. Some of the stores, minis. You've also got a lore and scenario book that fits into that. You've got these gruesome death books, and you've got a vignette expansion. It's just kind of an extra little Kickstarter expansion that fits in the extra box. So those are all the things that are coming in the Ultimate Box. It's a lot more than, just the miniatures. And here they're going to kind of show you what's in each scenario. I'm just going to kind of blow through this, but if you want to look at all the details, they have it listed out really well here. Okay. All right. And I want to get down to, there's also this whole extra special FX crate that's going to come in this campaign. So it says the special FX crate comes in the Series 3 Ultimate Box, whether you're getting just the Ultimate Box by itself or the Ultimate Collection. It's going to include a dice tray, these tier dice, a tier tracker and tier card, and then a supplemental game mat. They do a really good job of baking in a lot of extras. But here are the add-ons that you can also get. You can get, of course, all the a la carte stuff. You can, they're just going over the pledges right now, right? All this stuff. And here we get to the add-ons. So they've got reprinted copies of these Series 2 Gruesome Death books. You can get these for $20. It looks like they don't have Series 1, and I don't know if they're doing it for Series 3, but this is just for Series 2. And then each series had their own mystery box, and they didn't tell you what was in it at the time, but now you can go and look up if you want to see what is in the Series 1 and Series 2 mystery box. But I think one of them is like a die and a randomizer, so you can roll the various dies, and then it'll help you mix and match scenarios, villains, final girls. Once you've played it a lot, it just kind of adds some variability. And that's one of the mystery boxes. I don't remember what the other one was. And if you're, getting them through this campaign, they're $10 each. And then the new mystery box is $20 as an add-on. And this is not included in any of the pledges. So if you want, any of these mystery boxes, you do need to add them on. They also have more copies of just the original core box, $20. You have to have at least one core box to play the game, just one film. And then if you want to get the entire Ultimate boxes of each of the first 2 series, you can do that here. They are $179 each. And then finally, this campaign is going to deliver in October 2024. Hopefully they make that just in time for Halloween. All right, next we go to Founders. Now, Founders had a funding goal of $26,000. They're currently at $51,000, so about twice their funding goal. And this campaign is going to run until October the 10th. Now, this is from a newer publisher. It's called This Way. And the designers, the artist, the publisher themselves, this is their second game. So they just did a game last year, maybe 2 years ago. It was called Ice. It's just recently delivered. And now they're doing a new game in the Ice universe. And this game features city building, hidden roles, tile placement, and there's an ability to play it as a legacy game. There's 2 expansions. One is a 5th player expansion. One gives you a legacy campaign. So we're going to take a quick look at this video, and then we'll look at the 2 pledges. And yeah, there are add-ons for this as well.
It's been so many years since our caravan made its way across the frozen plains, braving snowstorms and ice quakes, smilodons and giant worms. We kept seeking shelter, and then we discovered it. Under the ice, a huge cavern, and at its center, a genuine sun. We had finally found our home.
This is where we started to build our city. The council commenced and immediately divided up the tasks. We had our best architects set to work on defining the plans for each district, carving out the spaces to meet everyone's needs. Housing, workshops, schools, markets, plazas. But each type of district had to be placed according to its specific characteristics. What a challenge.
To achieve this, we had to stick together, despite any disagreements or rivalries. And even if some of us shared the same goals, only one seat on the council had been offered.
Across the ages, we drilled and carved through the ice, making incredible discoveries. Ancient objects with unimaginable properties that the council investigated and searched for meanings. Guilds started to rise, using special attributes. The enlightened, the navigators, alchemists, preachers. Well, the first years had been hard, I must say, and unexpected crises made us learn so much.
One of these artifacts makes digging easier, allowing us to expand through the cavern. Who knows, perhaps it will also enable us to explore other majestic structures. It's a story our grandchildren might tell. The story of the founders.
I really like the artwork for this. I think the art is really, really cool. Now let's take a look here. I want you to see the 2 different versions of the game. And this is a very interesting mechanic. They've got these cards. There's kind of like a layering thing. So you're going to be putting in a colored card behind the first card, and it will paint it a different color, and that will affect your objectives. So depending on what color you've put in, it'll change what you're trying to do in the game. So here's a look at what the standard edition looks like. You've got these tiles, you've got your cards, the colored cards of the sleeves, character boards, and then you've got these kind of wooden monoliths that look like this, and these tiles here, this hearth tile, right? Try to remember what this stuff looks like, right? These renown point tokens. So if we go to the collector's edition, we can see that these monoliths, instead of being, just these generic little wooden cylinders, there's a lot more going on. They're unique shape here. They've got double-sided silkscreen. The renown points become these kind of metal coins. You've also got these building pawns here that are also wood with double-sided silkscreen. You've got upgrades for the yak pawn and the hearth token and this nicer velvet bag. So the standard edition of the game is a $38 pledge, $19 to $21 in shipping. They've listed a range. So we're just going to call it 21, which is, not insignificant considering that the game itself is $38. But that will bring the overall price to about $58, $59. And then the collector's edition with the nicer components, that's a $95 pledge, $20 in shipping, $115 total. And the standard edition just comes with the base game. The collector's edition, let me just show you in the details, comes with all of those upgraded components, but it also comes with the 2 expansions. And Beyond the Hearth is a 5th player expansion, and Rise of the Guilds is the legacy expansion. Now, if we go over here and we look at them as add-ons, because maybe you just want to get, the standard version of the game and then add on some, but not all of the things that come in the deluxe. Let's see. Let's see what the prices are as add-ons. Okay, here we go. So as add-ons, the Beyond the Hearth expansion is $18. This is the 5th player expansion. Rise of the Guilds, the Legacy expansion, is $26. There's an art book you can add on for $37. And you can add on postcards for $16 and coasters for $16. So, I mean, the two big things here, obviously, are the 2 expansions. But interestingly enough, they don't break out the various component upgrades. So if those are something that you want, then you'll need to pledge for the collector's edition, in which case you'll automatically be getting the 2 expansions with that. And then finally, Founders is planning to deliver in December of 2024. From there we go to Millennia. Millennia had a funding goal of $31,000. They're cresting here on $89,000, so not quite 3 times their funding goal, and the campaign is going to run until October the 10th. The designer and the artist have each worked on a couple of other games, but nothing that's really too notable. The publisher is Karma Games. They have published in the past Clans of Caledonia, and they recently had a campaign for a new game from the designer of Clans of Caledonia called Fiefdom. Now, while Karma Games is publishing Millennia, Millennia is not designed by the designer of Clans of Caledonia or Fiefdom. It's a completely different designer. And this is, I'd say, medium light, maybe a medium heavy game. It's a civilization game. It uses drafting, engine building, and set collection. And this is a very simple campaign. There's no add-ons. There's just one pledge. So we're going to watch the video, and then we'll take a look at that single pledge.
After the critically acclaimed Clans of Caledonia, Karma Games brings you another ambitious big box game, Millennia. A single spark gave mankind fire and light. The wheel gave us mobility. Planes lifted us off the ground. And now Mars awaits us. Nations have risen and fallen to pieces. How will you lead your civilization to glory? Millennia is a competitive civilization game for 1 to 4 players. Over 8 ages, from the ancient and medieval eras to the modern age and beyond. You will shape the outcome of your people. The game contains more than 300 cards with over 200 unique illustrations, featuring historic inventions, buildings, and wonders. Claim the best cards to develop your technologies, strengthen your military, grow your population, and elevate your culture. Millennia features a combination of drafting, engine building, and set collection, paired with a novel mechanic of obsolescence. Acquired technology and building cards only last for 1 to 4 ages before being discarded. This allows you to pursue multiple strategies during the course of the game. Countless cards, the variable setup, and the rich theme also offer outstanding replayability. Become a leader, rise from the past, and invest in the present to prosper for Millennia. Pledge now and make history.
Okay, so the one thing to be aware of for this one is that the shipping is fairly expensive compared to the price of the game. And let's see. Okay, because this is out of like Germany, that's why. So us US citizens are going to be paying a lot of shipping on this one because it's coming from overseas. Now, it's a $31 game, $31 pledge. That's the only pledge there is. There's no add-ons. The shipping on this, though, is $19. So, it's like 2/3 the price of the game. So, I don't know if you want to wait and see if this goes to retail, but if you really like it and you want to support the publisher here, then you probably should just jump on it. Just know that with shipping, you're looking at a total pledge price of $50. And then Karma Games is planning on delivering Millennia in December of 2022. From there, we're going to go to another simple campaign, relatively simple. This is for Transmissions board game. They had a $40,000 funding goal. They've just passed that, and the campaign is going to run until October the 10th. Now, this is designed by Adam West. That is not the Adam West who played Batman back in the old TV show. This is the board game designer who's designed Deadline, Galactic Emperor, and Ninjato. And this is based on the art of Matt Dixon. It's being published by Crosscut Games. Now, this is a second printing. I don't think it was something that really went to retail in great numbers. So probably just what retailers backed for, and then the original Kickstarter campaign. But it has a 7.4 on Board Game Geek. It has a 2.08 complexity, which is very low. It's just into the medium light range, out of the light range. It's a worker placement game with hand management, set collection, and there's a rondel. So we're going to take a very quick look at this quick video, and then we'll look at the 4 pledges. So super chill, super cute, and I just heard good things about it. It's very pleasant, but it's obviously not that complex a game. So they do have this returning backers upgrade pack. They have adjusted the game somewhat. So if you want the new punch boards, the new rule book, you can get on this for just $10. They haven't given a shipping estimate for that, so I'm not sure what it would be. They also there's robot miniatures in the game. They're pretty cool, but they've done metal versions of those. So if you just want the metal robots, if you have the original version of the game, or if you just want metal robots for your shelf or something, it's going to be $40 plus $20 in shipping, $60 total. If you want to get in on the deluxe version of the game, that's the only kind that you can get, the only copy you can get. It's a $65 pledge, $20 in shipping, $85 total. And then finally, there's this all-in, which combines the deluxe version of the game with the metal robots. So this is $99, $20 in shipping, $119 total. And then Transmissions is going to deliver in June of 2024. So that brings us to our final campaign of the week. This is for Vagrantsong, Encore, and Off the Rails expansions. This is from a publisher called Weird Miniatures, and they originally took Vagrantsong to retail, so it released in retail. Now they're coming to crowdfunding with 2 expansions for it, as well as some upgraded components. This had a funding goal of $55,000. They're at $224,000, so they're doing pretty well, and the campaign is going to run until October the 12th. Now, this is a cooperative, story-driven boss battler. It uses action points, dice rolling, narrative choices. There's a campaign. The new expansions, Encore adds 11 new scenarios, short trip mode, some special dice and new cards, and Off the Rails adds in new challenges for the original game scenarios, as well as some new objectives. So let's take a look at the video, and then we'll look at the, I think it's 3 pledges and then some add-ons.
Last time in Vagrantsong, y'all found yourselves at the whims of the Skelly Man. And it looks like the Silver Ferryman is coming back round the bend. These tracks are awfully more dangerous than you might remember. Found a new path, even more treacherous than the last. This bridge of leaves is as brittle as the old souls that call this place home. Y'all are gonna need to tread careful like on this leg of the journey. Or you might find yourselves lost on this train forever. But thanks to an old friend, you've got a little bit of luck on your side. I'll be waiting. That ain't all we got favorite scenarios in Off the Rails. Looks like that feline friend of yours could use some help putting things right. Dig deep, give your all, 'cause this ain't gonna be no walk in the park. Back now on Kickstarter.
All right, so let's look at our various pledges here. This is just kind of a pledge manager pledge. Then we've got return trip. So this is both expansions, the 2 new expansions, $65 pledge, $21 in shipping, $86 total. If we go down to new passengers, this adds in the base game. So both of the new expansions and the original base game, $130 pledge, $26 shipping, $156 total. If we go to first class, this is where they start to add in some upgrades. So this is going to include both of the expansions. There's no base in this pledge. You are going to get a neoprene board, an upgraded token pack, the dog catcher scenario, and a miniature box. So between the neoprene board, the upgraded tokens, and the miniatures, you're essentially upgrading the components in the game. This is $135, $26 in shipping, $161 total. And then we've got First Class Plus. So it's kind of similar to the first 2 pledges, where this pledge gives you everything in this pledge and then adds in the base game. So this is $200, $26 in shipping, $226 total. There are some add-ons. If we scroll down to these, kind of an interesting assortment of gameplay add-ons and non-gameplay add-ons. Okay, so the add-ons include a plushie for $23, a bonus scenario for $7, but you may already have it if you have the first print run of the base game. There is a new seance scenario for $12. This is not really for the game, it's just kind of a statue that celebrates the publisher. That's $27. It's something you probably just put on a shelf. They've got copies of the base game for $72. You can also get copies of the new expansions. Encore, $50 as an add-on. Off the Rails, $23 as an add-on. If you want an updated core rulebook, you can add that on for $3. There's this conductor's journal that has sticker sheets. This is $12. There's a neoprene dice tray for $8. There's a neoprene mat for $18, but remember, that's going to come in the 2 highest pledge levels. There's a new scenario, Amigo the Devil, and this is $15 as an add-on. But this is included in most of the pledge levels, so just make sure before you add it on. You probably shouldn't need to. The dog catcher scenario also comes in the 2 highest scenarios, so you won't need to add this on if you're getting either of those, but as an add-on, it's $14. There's a bandana for $9, a ghost plushie for $18 with some, I believe these are glow-in-the-dark dice. The token upgrade pack, this is one of the things that does come in the 2 highest pledge levels, but as an add-on, that's $20. And you can also get the Vagrant miniatures if you just wanted these. You can add those on for $35. And then finally, the new expansions and the new printing of Vagrantsong are going to deliver in March of 2024. So that wraps up the video. Thank you very much for joining me. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. That's the best way to help this channel at this point in time. The only thing that I got delivered to me this period was Burn Cycle, new recruits, and a nice big neoprene mat. But if you want to see Burn Cycle content in the future, let me know. And then finally, the only thing that I'm aware of that is launching Tuesday, tomorrow, that will be included in the video that should post up at the end of the week, Friday or Saturday, is the new Shivers expansions. I'm sure there'll be more things in that video, but I won't know until tomorrow when those projects launch. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and come back in less than a week, and I'll have another video, although that one will definitely be shorter. I think there are a lot less things launching this week. So have a great week, play lots of great games, and I will see you very, very soon in the next one. Take care.